Guys, do we have a treat for you today? We've got Snowblind by System of a Down here on Polymuse Radio. My name is Ben, and I'd like to introduce Michael, my cousin, my co-host. Take it away, Michael.
Hi there. Thanks for tuning in. Today, Snowblind, the cover
Dang.
of Black Sabbath, originally released on Volume 4, which came out in 1972. This was back when Ozzy Osbourne was still frontman for the group. He was there from 68 to 79 before he was kicked out due to his drug and alcohol abuse that the rest of the band members said disrupted their flow, their workflow.
Although getting kicked out of Black Sabbath for drug and alcohol use, he must have been on yet another level of, although we know Ozzy is not all with us today, but his talent remains, man. A modern Ozzy, he can't really speak to you, but he can sing. He can sing the way he could always sing. I love Black Sabbath, dude. Black Sabbath, classic power trio, bass, drums, guitar, vocals, same exact lineup as System of a Down. You've got a three-piece metal band with a frontman vocalist. Black Sabbath invented heavy metal. The first Deep Purple album and the first Black Sabbath album came out the same year, I believe, but Sabbath has the crunch, has the riffs. It's just riff after riff after riff. The three of them just lock in. Your brain just anticipates the loop of the riff, the way it hits, and System owes so much. That style of music that System plays is certainly a direct descendant of the style of Black Sabbath. Whether or not they were specific, I'm sure they were deeply influenced by Black Sabbath. I know we always say that there's also this other component where they're getting folk influences that have nothing to do with, you know, American or British pop music or whatever, but Sabbath is the prototypical band that sounds like this. They invented the genre. They pushed it as far as they could push it. Obviously, Ozzy eventually got replaced. They got Ronnie James Dio in there for a while. Ozzy, legend, not necessarily just for his vocals, but for his personality as well. But I think also legendary vocalist. The Black Sabbath records are just untouchable. Amazing that System got a chance to cover them for a Black Sabbath tribute album. So this came out on Volume 2 of the Black Sabbath tribute album, the Nativity in Black. So that's cool that they are involved in a ongoing multi-album tribute.
Yeah, absolutely.
To Sabbath, who should continue to be tributed in such a manner.
Yep. Did make the compilation of songs from the Osbourne Family reality show as well. I didn't watch a lot of that. I don't know if that was ever on your radar.
We were a little too young for that. I do remember witnessing people watching that. It was really over my head. It was just constant bleeping of swear words.
That's right.
I just didn't understand it at all. It was just like a room full of beeping, and I was like, I can't believe that. I knew at the time that it was the most degenerate thing that had been on television up to that point, or that I had witnessed. I mean, we got Jackass and everything else soon after that, and then reality TV is just a nightmare now. But even as a whatever I was, first, second grade probably, when that stuff was on TV.
Yeah. Neither one of us follow reality TV shows.
I remember seeing, oh no, of course not. But at that time, I just remember being like, well, this is messed up. Like, these are insane grown-ups. This is not...
Yeah.
So I haven't really gone back to it. I'm sure I would appreciate the humor of like a stoned dad raising celebrity children and be able to follow some of the dialogue and stuff. But it was definitely not really on our radar as something to be consumed when we were. But we were listening to metal music, though. We had to have already been listening to Linkin Park. And if not that, at least some heavy stuff. I mean, Nickelback was right before that.
Yeah.
And we've got
System of a Down. We were listening to Slipknot, Mudvayne, all kinds of stuff.
A lot of hard rocking stuff that came like one after another and got more and more hard rocking on the radio. You got 3 Days Grace in there. Who am I thinking of? Three Doors Down, not necessarily metal, but like just hard rocking. So we had an appetite for that, absolutely. Yeah. But reality TV, not exact. Still don't have an appetite for reality TV. So that's cool though that they put it out on the Osbourne's album. Ozzy must have liked it or heard it, or at least, you know, been able to veto it. If not, if he was aware enough of what was going on with his own
on for the show
soundtrack album.
Yeah. It was also picked up in the 2006 Lonely Day EP release, like a lot of these bonus tracks. So it was
at the end of
Picked up
System's
later.
recording career, they scooped up a bunch of the bonus tracks for that Lonely Day EP. They should have put out like an album and gotten some more stuff out of the vault. They still could. They could still do like a good one, like an album rarities. They could make more music too, but that's a different conversation. We're still early in System of a Down's career. Guys, we like System of a Down. I'm not sure if you knew that. We like a lot of bands. We like a lot of stuff. This is a bonus episode for you. We're going to play you a song now. Here you go, Snowblind. Ooh, there you go. Snowblind by System of a Down. What do you think about that song, Michael?
I think it's very enjoyable.
Great one.
Got their own little twist to it, but it's still like an original. Well, it's still a cover. It's a cover.
And it's a good cover because they take it to their sound. It's not like an identical cover. It's not like some of these covers where it's like, you know, a mashup and all this stuff and it doesn't even sound like the original. They took the original concept, the original notes, and did it in their style, and they pull it off. It's not easy to do a good cover. It's very easy to do an identical cover or a bad cover. Doing a good cover is tricky.
Yeah, but I think that's exactly what this is. This is a good cover, just in their style, but cover. That's what you want.
Yeah. Dude, they annihilate this. The power trio lineup, it's just so amazing and satisfying to my ears, where you've got the bass, the drums, the guitar. They just have to lock in, and there's no other instruments to take over. They have to just lock into the sound, and it's the way that they space it out, when they rest, when they play, to all form into a complete sound without having to have all these extra instruments in there. Like, you know, we did Linkin Park. They're a 6-piece, 7-piece, 8-piece band, depending on how many Jay-Z's and Rick Rubins and everything they got in there. Right. But System of a Down, man, like terrific power trio, metal, record, classic. Like the thing about these Sabbath riffs is like, any decent metal band that's going to entertain me, that's going to play on stage, that's going to make records like this, they better be able to play some of these Sabbath riffs. Like, if you're a metal band, you can't play Sweet Leaf, you can't play Snowblind. Like, what? You got to be able to. It's fundamentals. It's fundamentals. And I'm glad that System knows their fundamentals. I'd love to hear them cover more Sabbath songs, honestly. Yeah. They do it a lot faster. They do it to their kind of way where they always have like a really, really powerful breakdown bridge. So it's their kind of song structure kind of put onto the Sabbath song structure. They've got like a really fast like verse section, and then when they do the eyes are blind but I can't see part, it's more similar to the way Sabbath plays it, but it's even more ballady. It's like almost the same tempo as Sabbath, but the riff drops out and they get a lot more chill with it, a lot more ballady. But then that bridge, they bring the house down, dude. Like, you heard that's like a climactic riff on that thing. And then they play it all over again. They do the riff and the verse and the chorus again, and then a like chill outro. But it's just super, just powerful record, powerful piece of music, terrific power trio, just textbook example of what you got going on there with that System of a Down flavor. Like, they do some weird vocal tricks with Serge, kind of yelping, kind of he's always doing something unique. Yes. And it plays up to that style of theatrical vocals. So you got the front man in there. I wonder, Sabbath should be proud.
Do you prefer one variation or the other, the cover?
You know,
Sabbath.
In my earlier days, I probably would have said I like the System of a Down version better. But now that I've really dug into the back catalog of Sabbath, and you just feel those riffs. It's so raw, like especially nowadays where so much music is made track by track. You make the drum track, you make the synth track, and it's three guys in a room locking in. They're conjuring a sound with their hands. And it's, you know, I love electronic music and I love modern pop music, but there's just a different type of energy on those original things. And if I had to pick one, I would go with the Sabbath one. We're going to give you a little treat. We're going to play you the Black Sabbath version. Any other final thoughts before we...
So what is your grade then? All your oozing and gushing S tier.
I give it an S, dude.
On your top 14 mix CD for System of a Down. S tier.
Definite S tier.
I'll give it a solid A.
A. Not bad. Not on the mix CD, but it is an A. So I give it the S tier. Michael gives it the A tier. Not bad marks for System of a Down. They are doing well on these bonus tracks. I Love these. They've got another cover coming up. We got 2 more covers coming up. They're awesome.
Yeah.
They're awesome. Stick around. Thank you for checking out these bonus nuggets of just little covers and bonus tracks that we're going to bring to you along the way as we cover an artist's complete discography. So keep checking it out. This is the Poly Music Experience.